We've all heard it, that 80% of the ocean still remains unexplored. That we actually know more about the surface of Mars than we do about our own seafloor. But here's a question most people never ask: do we even truly understand what's on land with us? Because scattered across this planet are things that shouldn't exist. Artifacts older than recorded history. Structures modern machines couldn't build. Tools made without metal by people who couldn't even write. Objects that undeniably exist, yet their purpose, their creators, and even their very existence defy modern science. These are 7 real discoveries that science still can't explain. And no, this isn't fiction. Everything you're about to hear is real. The Voynich Manuscript. Inside a quiet library at Yale University, locked away behind glass, sits a book that has driven some of the world's greatest minds to madness. The Voynich Manuscript, discovered in the early 1900s, contains hundreds of pages filled with strange illustrations, plants that don't exist anywhere on Earth, symbols no one has ever decoded, and flowing script written in a language never spoken. Codebreakers from the US military, expert cryptographers, AI models, and historians have all tried. No one has cracked it. Some believe it was written by a forgotten civilization. Others think it's an ancient prank. But here's the part people overlook: whoever wrote this knew exactly what they were doing. The letters repeat in ways that mimic real languages. The structure makes sense. It's not random scribbles. It's just untranslatable. The Antikythera Mechanism. In 1901, a team of sponge divers exploring the turquoise waters off the coast of Greece stumbled upon something extraordinary: the wreck of an ancient Roman ship. Among broken amphoras and rusted coins, they recovered a strange lump of bronze fused with wood and coral. At first, it looked like nothing more than sea junk. But when archaeologists carefully cleaned it, they uncovered something shocking: gears. Real gears. Intricate, interlocking, precisely cut gears. This wasn't a statue. It wasn't art. It was a machine. Known today as the Antikythera Mechanism, this 2,000-year-old device could track the stars and planets, predict eclipses, and map the cycles of the moon. In simple terms, it was a computer. Not from the 1800s, not from the Renaissance, but from ancient Greece. And here's the mind-bending part: nothing even close to this level of mechanical sophistication appeared again for over 1,000 years. It's like digging up a smartwatch from a Bronze Age village. So who built it? Where did the knowledge come from? And if they could create this, what else was lost to time? The Baltic Sea Anomaly. In 2011, a Swedish diving team scanning the floor of the Baltic Sea picked up something unusual on sonar. A massive circular object, 60 meters wide, perfectly round with sharp angles, a ramp, even steps carved into its side. At first, they thought it might be a shipwreck. But ships aren't perfectly symmetrical, and nothing about this looked natural. When divers went down to investigate, things got stranger. Their lights flickered. Radios cut out. Compasses spun wildly. One diver even blacked out. Others said the silence underwater felt wrong, too quiet, as if the ocean itself had stopped breathing. Experts dismissed it as a rock formation. But no rock messes with electronic equipment like that, and no natural structure looks like this. To this day, the anomaly still sits at the bottom of the Baltic Sea, unexplained, untouched, and waiting. Sacsayhuamán. High in the Andes Mountains of Peru, just outside Cusco, stands a wall unlike anything else on Earth. Not tall, not ornate, but built with a precision that shouldn't exist. Massive stones, some the size of cars, others heavier than a private jet, fit together so perfectly that not even a razor blade can slide between them. No mortar, no cement, just solid rock locked like a 3D jigsaw puzzle, complete with complex angles and curves. And here's the part that baffles archaeologists. This wall was built by the Inca civilization, people with no iron tools, no wheels, and no written language. By all accounts, they were a Stone Age society. Yet this wall has survived earthquakes that destroyed nearby buildings, without even cracking. Modern engineers need cranes, lasers, and computers to attempt this level of precision. But the Inca did it with stone hammers and bare hands, or so we're told. No one knows how, no one knows why, and some believe this was knowledge passed down from something, or someone, far more advanced. The Patomskiy Crater. Deep in the remote forests of eastern Siberia lies a strange, lifeless mound locals call the fire eagle's nest. Over 130 feet tall, made entirely of stone, topped with a smooth dome that looks almost artificial. The land around it is scorched, littered with crushed limestone, as if something exploded there. But there are no volcanoes in the region. No signs of an asteroid impact. No geological reason it should exist. Stranger still, the area is hostile to life. Compasses spin, GPS signals vanish, trees grow twisted, animals refuse to approach, and birds never nest. Some scientists suggest it formed from a massive underground explosion, similar to the Tunguska event. Others suspect it's artificial, maybe man-made, maybe not. Every attempt to study it fails. Equipment breaks, researchers get sick, and some say it feels like the land itself rejects intruders. Some locals call it cursed. Others whisper it hides something buried beneath, something we were never meant to find, and maybe something that still lives. The Baigong Pipes. In the deserts of western China, near the edge of a dried-up salt lake, stands a strange mountain with something impossible embedded in its rock, metal pipes. Not scattered debris, but actual pipes running deep into the mountain. Some stretch toward the lake bed, others connect like a modern plumbing system. When tested, the pipes were dated at 150,000 years old, long before humans had cities, tools, or even farming. According to history, there shouldn't have been any technology like this. Yet the pipes are designed with purpose, connected by T-shaped joints, some welded together with heat. Materials that don't naturally occur this way. Eventually, Chinese authorities investigated and dismissed them as fossilized tree roots that absorbed metal over time. But that explanation doesn't hold up. Roots aren't perfect cylinders. Roots don't weld together. Roots don't form plumbing systems. Which leaves us with only questions: who built them? What were they for? And why were they placed in the middle of nowhere, long before civilization even existed?